right, let's talk about this, guys. This is kind of controversial. It really is. And I had heard like rumblings of this, but I didn't know for sure what was going to happen with the actual physical release. But I knew that there was some kind of a censored version of Crocodile Dundee out there floating around. And people were speculating, are they going to use this for the physical version? Are they going to include both of the versions for people that want to see both? And look, we're seeing this. We're starting to see this. We just saw this recently, even though it was less controversial because I didn't hear a lot of people really talking about it. And also, I think that most people were just more accepting of that change. Which at the end of the day, well, I guess I should say it first. Lilo and Stitch, the 4K, was also censored. That came out from Disney, and I didn't hear a stink about that because the scene that they censored was Stitch hiding in a washer and dryer, and that would teach kids, bad behavior. We don't want our kids to, sneak into the washer and dryer. It could kill them, you know. Um, but my argument is there's a lot of stuff that you watch in movies, um, particularly when you're a kid, that is fantasy, that if you tried it, it would kill you, you know? Yes, the washer and dryer thing, that's a little bit too close to home, like that's in your house. So I get that. A lot of stuff like if people are going on adventures and things like that, riding magic carpets and things like that, you're not gonna encounter those situations likely if you're like a 5-year-old, but you can encounter your washer and dryer when you're 5 years old. I get that, but also there's other things, in other films. So I just think it gets very complicated when we start singling out like certain things to edit from movies, and it's like, where does it end? So I'm really like not for censorship at all. I don't care what it is. I really don't. Um, if you don't think that that is appropriate for your kid, then do your research and don't have them watch it. Just don't have them watch it. Don't support it. Don't buy it. Like, I just don't want it to be censored. Like, these movies should be in their original format always. Okay. I mean, that's just what I believe. Again, I know that they did it for good reasons, and I think that because of those reasons, people were a little bit more accepting of it. But still, I'm not for it any way, shape, or form. So, Crocodile Dundee has the encore cut, and this is a 4K release that's going to be coming out of Crocodile Dundee and Crocodile Dundee 2. Oh, yeah, we got the sequel as well, guys. But the sequel, I don't think, has an alternate cut. And these will be coming out from Madman Films in Australia on July the 9th. So both of these are on Australian releases. The encore cut of the first movie will be included here, which is the edited version of the film. So I've already heard from a lot of people they're not going to support this. They're not going to get this. And look, I got to be honest, guys. I haven't seen Crocodile Dundee. I haven't. Go ahead and fire up your pitchforks in the comment section. I haven't seen it. Okay, I've not seen Crocodile Dundee, and I certainly haven't seen Crocodile Dundee 2. I don't know the material that's edited out. I don't know enough about it. I've heard certain things from certain people. I don't know exactly what the material is that they edited out. Oh, somebody has it wrote down here. Let's see. The author wrote this. From what I've seen, the encore cut is not extended, but has actually been altered with some of the jokes removed as they are now considered offensive to someone. I suspect it's the bit wherein Dundee verifies that a man in drag is a man and then performs the same check later on an elderly woman. Okay, okay. So, well, I mean, that's kind of funny, you know? But that's what I'm talking about. It's like stuff that, everyone just accepted as funny, 30 years ago or 40 years ago when this movie came out. I think it was an 80s movie, right? We all find offensive now. And it's like, again, where do you draw that line? And it's like there's comedies that come out now that everyone thinks is funny and everyone thinks is okay. In 40 years, it could be it could be offensive to somebody. Where do you draw the line? You just have to understand that these movies were made in a particular time when this stuff was accepted widely by everyone and it was okay. You have to understand that. You cannot hold these movies to the same standards that we hold our movies to today. I understand, like, maybe you don't want to put that kind of scene in a movie in 2025. I would understand that. I get that. But why are you holding all these older movies to that same standard? You shouldn't. They were made in a different time where this stuff was accepted. So that to me is just kind of ridiculous. It really is. So I don't know who made this alternate cut. I don't think it was, Madman Films that did the alternate cut. I think the alternate cut was already made. It was already established. But it is kind of BS, and that's the one that they're using, and it doesn't look like they're using the alternate cut as or the original theatrical cut of the movie. So yeah, guys, I will say there is, I think, a Blu-ray double pack available on Amazon. If you just want to get these movies, you can get them on Blu-ray. I think it's like 15 bucks or something like that. And you can own both of the films on Blu-ray, and you don't have to support these 4Ks. Honestly, like I wouldn't. I really would. I'm not saying you should do what I would do, but I wouldn't support this. I really wouldn't. I think it's crap. I don't think that this is where we should be heading with our art, with our physical media. This is supposed to be film preservation. This is what this whole hobby, this whole thing is all about, guys. This is what we're doing here today. This is why I'm on here, like talking about this stuff all the time. We're preserving movies and we're preserving it in the physical format, okay, where it should be preserved. So, yeah, I don't know, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section. If you want to support this, if you want to get it, I get it. Everybody has their own reasons for doing whatever, but I wouldn't support it. This comes out on July the 9th, guys. And I'm not going to link it down below. I'm just kidding. I'll link whatever's available if I find it.